Hey guys, welcome back to my channel called How To. I'm back with the amazing product from WonderFox Recovery called RecoveryFox AI. Okay, so before diving into the technicalities of the product, a big shout out to our sponsor, WonderFox Recovery, for giving me a chance to evaluate their product. Okay, so as name suggests, so this is the data recovery software which will help to restore all your datas or files or folders and so on. So if you have mistakenly deleted it from your hard drive, SSDs, flash drive, and so on. So okay. Uh, well, I have given the link on the description below. Try and click on this link. You'll land to this web page. From here, you can download your software from this free download, as I have already downloaded and installed it. So I'm going to open it right now, which is in my desktop. Click on yes. So this is how the web page or like the UI will gonna look like. Okay, which seems to be pretty decent. Okay, so these are all my logical drives that I have in my laptop, and over the right you can see the quick access for the recycle bin in the desktop. Okay, so for instance, just to demonstrate how cool the product is, I have a USB flash drive installed on my laptop, connected on my laptop, and I have a couple of files and folders. Probably I can create some new folders as well, and so on. So also before I have a lot of data in my pen drive which have been formatted, but still, just to showcase for this video, I have a couple of folders. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna format this drive real quick. Okay, the format is completed, right? So my intention is to demonstrate to you guys how I can leverage this RecoveryFox AI software for recovering my lost data. Okay, so this product gonna help you to restore the data from the flash drive, logical drives, uh, I think flash card, SSDs, and so on. So okay, so so logical drive F is the one where I want this software to do the deep analysis and trying to scan my all the data that I have stored in my flash drive, and let's try to recover it. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this. So it's gonna start a quick scan. So the quick scan is completed. So once that is done, um, start file. I'm not certain what this error means. I'm just gonna click on OK. AI scan is completed. I don't know why. PDF, JPEG, doc. Okay, this was pretty quick. I was not expecting this to be so quick, but still. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna again do the recovery. So the quick scan is completed. So once the quick scan is completed, I don't know why this is giving me the error stop scan code access file is not. I'm really not certain what this means, but I just want to close this software once, go back, close it again. I'm gonna remove my flash drive. Okay, I'm gonna plug in back. Okay, so I don't have anything else such on my drive. I'm gonna launch my software again. Click on yes. Okay, that's something weird, but yeah, we're gonna do the evaluation, so that's okay. So as I said, I'm gonna click on my F drive just to make sure I can restore the lost data. Error code. I don't know what this means, but still I'm gonna click on OK and proceed further. Do let me know once you can uh, once you'll do your stuff trying to recover it. Just trying to use the software and let me know in the comments below if you encounter this error going further. But still I'm gonna report it I'm gonna report this to the uh, RecoveryFox AI team just to make sure what that error means. But yeah, going further, coming back to the point. So once, once you'll try to do the scan on the bottom left, it will show you the scan is completed. But if there's an ongoing scan, so you'll see the status of the scan progress. It's gonna be 1%, 2%, so on. So just make sure the scan is up to the 100%. Let the AI scan completed, do its job to parse all your data from their hard drive or SSDs and so on. So once that scan progress is completed, your result will be populated over here. Okay. So there are two sections here on the on this column. So one is file path and one is file type. So file path means uh, so you'll be having a tree-like structure wherein you can see all your data as PDF, JPEG, doc, GIF, and so on. So right. So what the file type means? It's gonna store your organize your file based on the file type. For instance, in document you'll be having PDF, CSVs, uh, and doc file. Right. In photos you're gonna have PNG and JPEG and so on. So and if you have other executable files, you're gonna have those listed in here, right? So this is how it's gonna seamlessly give you the opportunity to view your files based on the file types. If not, you can just click on file type and try and sniff the recovered data that have been restored by the fire RecoveryFox AI, and you can restore it. So for the restoration, if I am gonna click on the PDF file, for instance, I have two files here, right? So just click on checkbox and just right click on the file you want to preview if you want to, right? So these are my some, I think the docs from the FortiGate, I guess. So which I can see over here, and these are some my, I think, GMVPN content. So yeah, I mean the files that have been there in my pen drive before, I can easily preview it, right? So if I want to restore these files, or if I want to restore file manually one by one, just click on the file, the desired file, and let's just right click on that file and recover it. Okay, and give the path where you want to recover those files, restore that files. But if you want to go to one go, for instance, you have hundreds of file in here and you want to select all the files, just click on this icon, right click on this and recover it. Okay. Else what you can do is just come back here, right? Just try to just checkbox this from the if you want to do the PDF, JPEG and so on. So just right click on it and recover it, and give the path where you want to store those recovered files. Okay. Um, Also, you can see the name, the date modified, what types of file you have, and the size of the file. Also, you have a quick option to filter the files based on the date modified, based on the days, or based on the custom days and year. For instance, if you want to go back to the 2024 file, you want to recover it based on the uh, results. Just click on customize, select the timestamp, the time period for which you want to do the filter, and you're good to go. Also, you have an option to restore the file based on the file size. For instance, if you have an file type greater than 4 GB, for instance, and any software or any gaming software that you want to recover based on the outcome, because we only have two results here, right? But in general, there might be thousands of files uh, that your software gonna scan through and give the result. So out of them, if you want to do the filter, you can do based on the size as well, right? So this is the cool way to sort or do the filters and to grab the desired outcome. Okay, so that's the one beauty I loved about. Also, there is an option to do the searching based on the file name. Just type the files, like you know, the file, give the file name. If you have any specific file that you want to recover it based on the results, and that will be populated, and you can just do the recovery. Okay, so that's the I think quite neat and clean GUI that you have in place, right? You can uh, organize your, I think, these columns as well. You can, like, drag these columns right and left just to make sure the contents or like the file names are visible. Apart from this, yeah, I think if you want to, like, do the stop, like, if you want to pause this scan, you can do it from here on the bottom left, right? If your scan is taking a lot of time and if you want to, like, pause your scan, you can do it right here. Or if you want to stop this scan, you can do it right here. But my recommendation is to, like, just let the software do the full scan, do the full AI scan, like, let them do the deep analysis of the logical volumes, and then, like, it can grab the far-fetched good results. Okay, so that's my recommendation. If I'm gonna go come back and let's see what else we have. So from here, I think there's a cool option, like, if you want to get some tech support. I think this is the cool way. This is where you can, like, just come here and click on get support, and based on the requirement, like, you can click on any of these file, any of these icons and proceed further. If you want to update the software, you can just click on check updates and it's gonna fetch the updates if you have any. I think I don't have any because this is the recent latest software I have downloaded. um, you can see the version. Right now I'm using the premium version, right, and so on. So what else we have? Also, yeah, if you are, like, from different country and if you want to, like, change the language from English to any other, I think these are the options where you can, like, just toggle it and change the language as per your need. uh, well, yeah, I think this is pretty much. Also, yep, I think this is where I think, okay, this is a cool trick. I just want to give you guys. What I have done is, I think by default this box will be unchecked, which simply means your when you're gonna do the scan, uh, your software will be scanning all the unwritten disk space as well. Okay, so just to improve my efficiency, because I don't want my software to scan all those empty disk space where, like, no data has been written, right? So in that case, if I want to improve the efficiency and, like, boost the search result or like the deep AI scan result, I can just click on this icon and click on OK, right? So that's what I suggest. Okay. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool, and this is pretty cool software from uh, RecoveryFox, and I will be using it on my day-to-day basis for sure. And I want you guys to just, like, try to evaluate the product, give it a try, and let me know the outcome in the comment section below. If you have any doubts and any concerns, feel free to put your comments, your thoughts in the comment. I'll definitely get back to you, and I'm gonna evaluate this product again going further. The only drawback right now I can see is, I think the software is meant only for Windows. Unfortunately, it's not for Mac OS users. So you can use this software on the Windows I think 8 and later on versions, and also on Windows Server. Uh, so that's the slight hiccup, but yeah, I'm sure they're gonna come up with the Mac solutions as well going further. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this video will be informative for you, and I'll see you again. Until then, goodbye and take care.